Welcoming you back to the dystopia. This is the Lifetime Meditation Burn. My name is Dosta, and I'm noticing that when I listen to someone speak, sometimes my mind comes in and I start listening to my mind more than the person speaking. And after a few moments, I notice and I go, I haven't even heard a word that person has been saying. And this is a very valuable lesson. This is something that I have learnt and I will relearn, and I need to remember again and again the power of listening, the power of actually hearing what someone has to say. So often it is possible to sit down and to be thinking and to be interpreting and to be analysing and to be having some sort of response rather than actually listening and taking the words. Now, of course, this goes far deeper than just listening. You can also empty yourself when you're really listening. When I'm really listening, I am empty. When I'm listening, I have nothing within myself, and the words that come really fill me up. They really open up. They really hit me. They really touch me. Now, for me to be empty, I need to, first of all, allow my mind to be quiet. Allow these thoughts to stop. Allow there to be silence from the voice, images, and noise in my head. And that's only the first step. A silent mind is only the first step. The next step is having an open heart, which means allowing for any feeling to come. Instead of being absolutely sure of my feeling or trying to maintain the feeling that I have, I need to be allowing for any feeling to come, for any response to come, for any emotional reaction, and to be very carefully watching for that emotion to arise. It's a delicate thing. It's a sensitive thing. And this is related to the burn meditation and really life and in general and everything really, because it's the question of how do you hear the music? Yeah? Can you hear the music? Can you hear the symphony? Can you hear the sound? And can you connect with someone else? Can you hear the message that someone else has to say? Can you hear what someone is expressing? Can you hear their story? Can you hear what they're feeling, what they're thinking? Now, of course, there is an art to expressing yourself, and not all words and voices are authentic expression. There is a range of depth of truth and authenticity out there. There's a spectrum. There's a whole vastness of human consciousness, which includes a lot of fakery and lying and self-deception and misunderstanding. And yet, it really is a matter of how do you hear the music? Can you hear the music? That's the question that comes to mind. That's the question that keeps coming back to me. And the burn meditation really is very much this process of allowing the mind to go quiet and allowing the feelings to move in whatever direction they want. That really is essentially what burning is, because you're burning the feeling that you have, the emotion that you have, so that any feeling can arise, any other feeling. Because after a feeling, once you've had a feeling, what comes next is another feeling. You'll notice this when you burn. You have a feeling, you have an emotion, there's this space that you're in, and that will disappear, that will change. Things are changing, yes? And what does it change to? What does it change into? Another feeling, another experience, another sensation or collection of things that you're experiencing. So, this is very interesting, and I do need to remind myself again and again what it means to listen, what it means to hear, even after all these years of practicing this, even after intensive workshops and retreats and journeys to study listening, I still need reminding. And this is very different to a lot of what we see in the digital sphere, where there is people getting into tangles, into comment sections, yes. People listening to videos on the internet and then leaving a comment and having strange responses and taking just snippets of the talk and responding to just parts of it, and to responding with their own ideas or their own, reactions. Now, of course, that's okay if it's your authentic feeling and your idea, but there's a difference to reacting because you're in a tangle and engaging with the content or engaging with the talk because you've thought about the idea and you've thought, okay, what about this? Let's discuss this, yeah? There's a world of difference between tangles and really concerned dialogue and considered thought and considered ideas. There's a world of difference. And that's what I'm looking for here. I'm looking for your support to engage in the comments, to hit the like button and subscribe first of all, to expand my channel and help me grow here, but also to consider the ideas. Like, do you really know what it's like to hear someone talk? Do you know what it's like for someone to share their feelings? For someone to really tell their story? And another thing that I remember and I realize and I need to always come back to and remind myself again and again of is that there's always more to the story. When you hear someone talk, the words are only ever a small snippet, a small part of a much larger experience. Now, it is possible for words to signify a lot and to express a lot and to be heavy and weightful and impactful, but most of the time, the story, the words, is only a small part of the story. You're only getting a little bit of it, so don't react too much. Don't ascribe too much meaning to it. Don't overthink it, because you can find out more and that will reveal something about that person. When you find out more, when you really go through the process to listen to someone and listen and hear the different parts of their life and the different ways in which they think, you get an idea, you get a sense of who they are. And you think, wow, this is a very unique person, very different to me. And you start to see, these are our differences. These are our similarities. This is what we have in common as a field, as a connection within this humanity, within this shared consciousness, if you will, if you want to put it in such fluffy terms. And yet these are the differences, like, whoa, I've never experienced that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't want that experience. I'm glad I'm not in that situation, or all the rest of it, whatever it is. So that's a little bit about the burn meditation, and I believe this is day 19. It might be day 20. I'm not really counting the days too much, but I check the day count when I upload the video. But yeah, we're here 24/7, 365 days for the rest of my life. The burn meditation, and I'm looking for people to join this community. I'm looking for people to say, yes, I am in on the lifetime burn meditation. You can do the online mini course. It's completely free. It's only about 2 hours long, less than 2 hours. And you get your own membership number. You get lifetime access to me and the community. And you'll be able to engage with the updates, and you will be able to burn and learn more and more about it. Yes, this is your commitment. You learn about so much in the burn meditation. You learn about commitment. That's really the first step. What are you committing to? What is the burn meditation? What is meditation? What is emotional channeling, evolution, emotional mastery, emotional awareness? What is awareness? What is witnessing? What is consciousness? What is... and so on and so forth. Yeah, it goes on and on. The journey of learning is non-stop. So please do help me out with support to spread the content around. I need your engagement with comments and clicking the like button and such, and I greatly appreciate that. Please do subscribe, and I will be back very soon with the next episode. Looking forward to continuing this with you.